So if you look at the balance sheet now, from then to now, I think 45-47% is still Mahindra, 53% comes from non-Mahindra. Now within non-Mahindra, we have about 32% is cars, and then you have commercial vehicle, construction equipment, small commercial vehicle. Then we also are getting to become a significant player in as far as the pre-owned vehicles are concerned. So 3 layers of de-risking. One, I think we did the de-risking through product, as I said, then de-risking through geography that we did, and through the product we actually get customer segment de-risking. Because we now don't work only with farmers. So we have farmers, traders, we have people carriers, we have transporters, right, contractors. So we have all segments of customers. So therefore it's a multi-de-risking model in the sense of product, customer segment and geography.
Right. So in that sense, your loan to value will be somewhere around 75%?
That's right.
So you've come out a lot of times in the past 1 month or 2 months or so and said that, the worst is over when it comes to asset quality troubles. Now we have moved to 90 days per due kind of provisioning, and I believe that even though it does not exactly support your business model, it is the future. So how do you see, your credit costs shaping up? What would be probably the new normal when it comes to provisioning?
What one has to look at is the eventual credit loss that you make. So and these are not at a point business, you'll have to even maybe look at it from a 3-year portfolio or a portfolio approach if you take. Historically, our NPS would have climbed to 10%, 11%, maybe even as low as 3%, 4%. At both situations, our credit losses have not exceeded the 2.2%, right? If at 120 days, we are at some 10-odd%. But the market conditions are not too favorable. But as the market conditions improve, right, the 10.6% that we have for 120 day, even on a 90-day basis, it could be the same.
So, sir, as you were discussing about asset quality itself, how, what do you feel it's going to be in the future? Like, as I mentioned to you, you always said that the worst is over. Do you believe that that is the case actually on ground as well?
So the broad answer is yes. And why do we say it's an yes? Across the country, I've run this business now for 22 years. Never before I've seen so much pressure from across the country, right? Back-to-back monsoons were in good 2 years back. So now when we look at it, I think everywhere there is a buoyancy. There's so much of green. As I said, monsoons have been good. I mean, for us, the basic measurement, right, is when people start coming into dealership with margin money to buy vehicle, there's money. And this is a very funny business where when the business does well, even the collection does well. Because it's a clear outcome and an indicator of there is so much money in the market. But to know more about what's happening on the ground, here is Rajneesh. They are very excited and they believe that rural is changing for good.
So after a very long time, we saw a good July month. We had 95% collection efficiency.
What is your view on this entire space? Do you have maybe any plans, say, for acquisition or being acquired yourself, or a value unlocking initiative maybe?
I don't think is someone going to acquire us is not something for me to worry, but we know what we want to do. We think the potential is very large. When it comes to us looking at is there an opportunity, we would not want to have something so similar looking and try to make it bigger and a new problem. Right. So what would we look for? We will look for, if at all there is a possibility, someone who's got a product which we want to get in but takes time for us to get in, therefore is there a time to market possibility? Or someone has got a channel which is bigger and broader than where we are, or someone has invested adequate in technology and therefore is that an advantage to us if we were to get in or do.
Are you looking to raise any capital?
Will we raise capital just if the quality of asset isn't doing well and if the capital adequacy therefore is falling?
Yes.
Will we raise capital? I want to be very clear, the answer is no.
No.
Right? We won't raise capital just because the NPAs are not stabilizing order. It'd be more sensible to sell off some asset rather than raise capital.
Yes.
So if you're going to raise capital, it will be only for growth.
Right.
And as I've been repeatedly saying, we do see growth coming back. We believe, with this quarter we have Dashara coming in September, we have Ganpati, we have Onam, all kinds of things happening in this quarter, and the monsoons have been good. So I think growth is definitely going to be there. We can see volumes picking up. And if that is true, and currently our tier 1 capital is around 12 odd percent.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.